The words that we say are powerful. Everyone knows this. You can use your words to crush people, and you can use your words to build people up. All of us can remember pivotal moments in our life where someone important to us said something that drastically changed the course or direction of where we were headed. I'm sure all of us have countless memories where someone maybe flippantly said something that really meant something to us deeply, whether positive or negative. Sometimes we intend for our words to have that gravity, and sometimes we don't. But the truth is that what we say really matters and can make a huge difference in people's lives. I think this is a good reminder, especially in 2019, for us to think about the things that we say and how that can impact the people around us. There's a lot of vitriol and nastiness that goes around, especially on the internet, especially these days, in a way that is probably always existed but is more public than it's ever been. The things that we say, even when we're being anonymous online, really can cut people deep. Thankfully, here at BookTube, it seems a lot more positive and encouraging than the rest of the YouTube or the greater internet, but that's something that's always important. We should always keep on the forefront of our minds. And with those thoughts, I'm going to be talking about The Silent Patient. The Silent Patient starts with a really strange crime where, unprompted and seemingly unmotivated, a girl walks up to her husband and shoots him 5 times in the face. The police show up and they arrest her, and they don't know what to do. But instead of defending herself, the perpetrator doesn't say anything. Due to her not speaking, instead of being placed in jail, she's placed in a mental institution because clearly something must be wrong with her if she won't even speak up to defend herself or explain her version of the events. Well, the perpetrator in this story is a painter, and they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. The last thing the silent patient does is she paints a mysterious picture, which is used as kind of the jumping off point for trying to figure out what's going on in this person's life. This story is told to us from 2 perspectives. Primarily, we follow a psychotherapist who takes it upon himself to fix the silent patient. The other perspective is we actually get to look at this silent patient's journals throughout the course of her life and see what she was thinking at different instances at different points throughout history. The way this story unfolds is awesome. We switch back and forth between these 2 perspectives, and just when we think we might have everything figured out, there's a huge twist at the end that turns the entire story on its head. It's one of those moments, kind of like at the end of like the movie The Prestige, where you have to be like, oh, I need to rethink the entire story from this new revelation and see where that now places me. And that's what I had to do when I read it. That hook alone and the last part of the book where you're trying to piece everything together in a way that makes sense is enough to justify this book's position as like the #1 most read book on Goodreads, like one of the biggest books of the entire year. It's obvious why. But underneath that thrilling plot and the kind of hyper-realized, hyper-exaggerated version of the case that unfolds, it's also important to stop and think about the little story beats and what they mean, and how, even though, of course, because it's a story and it's a thriller, these are exaggerated, there are a lot of important elements of realism that you can take to heart from this story. If you haven't had a chance to read The Silent Patient, I highly recommend it, especially if you like thrillers. And if you have read The Silent Patient, please hit me up in the comments to let me know what you thought. The twist at the end is just insane, and I want to see if anybody else saw it coming, or maybe how it affected them and how long it took them to kind of reorient themselves in the story to see what was happening. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts. Thank you for watching my review. If you liked it, please remember to like the video, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate that. I have a lot of fun making these videos, and it's really awesome when I get feedback to know kind of what people like and what they didn't, and try to figure out how to make better reviews for you guys going forward. Until next time, see ya.